Korea. I'm going to recite Mark chapter 5. They went across the lake to the region of Gerasenes. When Jesus got out of the boat, a man with an evil spirit came from the tombs. This man lived by the tombs, and no one could bind him anymore, not even with a chain. For he had been chained hand and foot. He tore the chains apart and broke the irons on his feet. No one was strong enough to subdue him. When he night and day among the tombs and the hills, he would cry out and cut himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell at his feet and shouted at the top of his voice, "What do you want with me, Jesus, the Son of Most High God? Swear to God that you won't torture me." For he had said to him, "Come out of this man, you evil spirit." Then Jesus asked him, "What's your name?" "My name is Legion, for we are many." Then he begged Jesus not to send him out of the area. A large herd of pigs was feeding by the lake, nearby the hillside. The demons begged Jesus, "Send us to the pigs. Allow us to go into them." Jesus gave them permission, and an evil spirit came out went into the pigs. And the herd, about 2,000 in number, rushed down the steep bank into the lake and were drowned. Those tending the pigs ran off and reported this in the town and the countryside, and the people came out to see what had happened. They saw the man sitting there. They saw the man who had been possessed by the evil spirit sitting there, dressed, and in his mind they were afraid. And those people who had seen it told the people what had happened to the demon-possessed man, and told about the pigs as well. Then the people began to plead with Jesus to leave their region. When Jesus got into the boat, the man who had been possessed by the demons begged to go with him, but Jesus did not allow him. But said, "Go home and go to your family and tell them how much Jesus had done for you and how much he has had mercy on you." So the man went away, and the police, he told the people how much Jesus had done for him, and the people were amazed. When Jesus had again crossed over by boat to the other side of the lake, while the large crowd gathered while he was by the lake, and one of the synagogue ruler named Jairus came there, seeing Jesus, and fell at his feet and pleaded earnestly with him, "My little daughter is dying. Please come and put your hands on her so that she will be healed and live." So he went with him, and the large crowd followed and pranced around it. And a woman was there, subject to bleed for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors, and she spent all she had. Yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him and touched his cloak, because she thought, "If I just touch his clothes, I'll be healed." Immediately her bleeding stopped, and she felt in her body that she was freed from her suffering. And once Jesus realized that power had gone out from him, then Jesus turned around in the crowd and said, "Who would touch my clothes?" And yet, you see the people crowding you, and yet you ask them, "Who touched my clothes?" The disciple answered, but Jesus kept looking to see who had done it. And the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell at his feet, trembling with fear, told him the whole truth. And Jesus said to him, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." Then some men came out from the house of Jairus, the synagogue ruler, and said, "Your daughter is dead. Why bother the teacher anymore?" Ignoring what they said, Jesus told the synagogue ruler, "Don't be afraid, just believe." And Jesus did not let anyone to follow him except Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. And Jesus came into the home of the synagogue ruler, and he saw commotion, crying and wailing loudly. And Jesus said to them, "Why all this commotion and wailing? The child is not dead, but asleep." But they laughed at him after they had all out. Jesus took the child's father and mother and the disciples who were with him, and went in where the child was. And he took her by the hand and said to her, "Talitha kum," which means, "Little girl, I say to you, get up." Immediately the girl stood up and walked around. She was 12 years old, and they were completely astonished. And he gave them strict orders not to let anyone notice, and give her something to eat.